Hey everyone, I'm so excited for another Searchie success, and I have Brianna. Did I say that right? No, I messed it up, didn't I?
Brianna.
Brianna. I knew I would get it
It's
wrong.
okay.
Brianna Shade of Big Tiny World Travel. I love traveling, so I'm so excited. It's like this, seriously, outside of having my hair played with, traveling is my favorite thing in the whole world. So I'm really excited to have you here with us today. So, always get started with just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, who you serve. So let's get going.
All right. So my name is Brianna, and I actually partner with my husband, Aaron, and together we are Big Tiny World Travel. And basically, what we do is we teach adventurous couples how to plan their ultimate best trips, specifically without stress and within budget. So we want to take the confusion out of trip planning and show people how easy it is to actually plan your best trips and to make sure that you enjoy absolutely every single trip you ever take, despite any kind of mishaps and despite anything going wrong with your trips. You will always enjoy them, and just giving you a clear path toward that. Our ultimate mission, of course, is to show that travel is possible for anyone. And so we have a deeper mission of that, but we do that through teaching trip planning.
That's awesome. So how have you pivoted during this really strange time to travel? Do you want to talk about that a little bit, and then we'll get into your hub?
Yeah. So funny enough, we were actually traveling full time before COVID hit, and we faced it full on. In fact, we were in Ushuaia, very southern tip of Argentina, on our way to an Antarctic excursion.
Wow.
2 days before our boat was set to sail, our excursion was canceled due to COVID, and we were forced home.
Wow.
And we barely made it home before Argentina closed their borders, and so it was kind of a whirlwind. And we were disappointed that we had to kind of cut our trip short. We weren't supposed to come home until like September of last year, and obviously was forced home about March. And now we are focusing more on our business instead of the actual traveling, although we've been taking a few local trips as well. So now originally we had more of a blog, and we were providing a lot of travel tips, and we have a group on Facebook for all of that, and building a community and that sort of thing around travel, specifically long-term travel. And then as we were forced home, we could no longer travel, and so we had all of this time to kind of focus on our business. And that's when we discovered Tribe and thought, oh, well, I had never considered a membership before. That's really interesting. We explore this a little bit. And we came up with an idea, and we pitched it, and we actually did an FML, a founding members launch, and it flopped. We didn't actually have anybody coming in for that because the idea that we originally pitched was just too big. And so we have had to pivot even on that and refine our idea and refine it to something a little more palatable, a little more something that people can bite off, and not this huge thing, this huge concept. And so we decided to really focus on travel planning instead, which I know a lot of people tend to struggle with, or if they're familiar with it, then perhaps they want to up level it. They want to learn how to not spend as much, or they want to learn to really maximize their trips. And kind of take the stress out of the whole experience. And so we've been focusing on that now. And what we're working on now, in fact, is a course that will ultimately lead into a back-end membership. for people to really hone those skills and to really perfect their trip planning and make the most out of every single trip they take.
Perfect. Love it. All right. So on that note, why don't you give us a tour of your hub and show us all around? Give us a tour of that.
Sure. So obviously the hub is quite new. I've only just recently established it. So there are a lot of placeholders and that kind of thing. So
you know what, the whole idea is just that we all learn. We're all getting started because Searchie is so new. We're all getting started, and the idea is that we just, every little thing that we do in Searchie is a success. And so we're all just trying to learn off of each other and grow from each other's work. And so every little thing we do is awesome. So I'm so excited to see what you got.
Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen here and hopefully it comes through okay. Let's get this, share. Okay, do you see my screen okay?
It's coming up, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, you make me want to travel.
Okay. So this is my hub, and I absolutely love how it came together. It was super easy to throw together.
I love it. Yes, that's great.
So now, obviously, I've been a blogger for a long time, so I've done a lot of kind of web design, my own things. And so there are a few little limitations that I see in Searchie because it's supposed to be a very easy to use. And so I get that, but there are a few little customizations that I wish I could tweak this little thing, and I wish I could tweak this little thing. But for the most part, I absolutely love how it kind of all came together here.
Yeah.
So yes. I've named the course Takeoff. It's a tentative name. It might change, but for now I like it. So we're running with it. And of course I mentioned earlier I have a thing for cats, and so that kind of permeates everything that I do. And so you see the plane has a little cat window because I love my cat. And so it's all about mastering your trip planning. So this initial call to action here at the top just takes you to the very first video talking about what the program is all about and kind of the different stages that you would go through. It happens to be the same as this other button down below, so I'll get to that. And this first video is the introduction to our roadmap.
Great.
And then the other things that I have here on the homepage, in our group, which is linked on this community, again, more cats. That takes you directly to our Facebook group. Yeah. And I mean, I can actually I'll let that load, and I can show that if you're curious.
Yeah, that's okay. And then we know that it connects to your Facebook. That's fine. 2-minute travel tips.
And then yes, and then we do so that's actually linked directly to, so in our community we do weekly 2-minute travel tips, and so this in Searchie is directly connected to that media that's posted in our group. And so you can I'll also, oops. Oh, I thought that was going to open a new window, but that's okay. And that'll take you straight to that. There it is. Okay. And it's just a playlist of all of our 2-minute travel tips.
Awesome.
And that is taking a minute. There we go. And so that's just all of our little travel tips. And that's my husband, Darren, who runs the business with me.
Oh, that's great.
So we do our fun.
Love it. Love it. That's great. Yes.
And then the last thing we have on our homepage here is just a little share with your friends. And this is just a simple share, social share thing. In this case, it's just a Facebook. So if anyone's interested, then, or if anyone is loving the course and they want to share it with their friends, obviously it'll be a closed paid course, but that button allows people to share, and it would lead them directly to the sales page that I have on my website to kind of share the program and say, hey, I'm doing this fun thing, and here's where you can get more information.
That's the first we've seen of that. So I love that idea. Nobody else has had that yet. So I really love that idea. And I really like how, again, everything is, we've been talking a lot about how everybody's using very consistent colors and themes, and it really keeps everything very easy for people to read, you know, and navigate. And you've got the same thing here. You're using the same, you know, the same graphics throughout. It keeps it really easy for people to navigate throughout. So it's great. It's so easy to read. I love it. Love it. That's great. And here, you're keeping the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That I have.
Yeah, it's great.
Yep.
So for me,
this is the only other page that I have currently. And
when I'm coming in here, I'm not getting really overwhelmed. It's very simple. It's very clean. I can understand exactly what you want for me to do. It's awesome.
Sure. So this is obviously our roadmap, which is our success path, and it takes you through all of the different stages of the success path and kind of the journey that you can expect with that. These are the only videos I've actually recorded for this just yet.
That's great.
But they are there.
Great.
And then I have placeholders for the course, all of the different modules, of course, that we will include in here. Obviously, these don't link to anything just yet, but they're placeholders.
Yeah, awesome. So what advice do you have for somebody getting started in Searchie? What advice do you have?
Yeah, sure. So let me see if I can stop my screen share. There we go. So as far as advice goes, I would say really just dive in and start playing with things. And you see what each of the toggles do, you see what all of the different settings do, and play around with it and have fun with it, really. For me, I love just jumping right in. I've done some of the Searchie tutorials, and I definitely highly recommend those, especially if you have questions. But instead of necessarily, you know, asking a whole bunch of questions, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? First, dive in and muck about in the little sandbox of Searchie first, and see what you can discover. It's
And do you have anything coming up you want to tell everybody about, or any promos or special things going on?
Well, obviously, our course is something that we are promoting and will be coming soon. We actually have a launch date set of March 1st. So we're working through this very, very quickly.
And how can people,
if you are interested in that,
how can they find out?
If you're interested in that, you can visit us on our website, which is bigtinyworld.com. And there's a button right in the middle there that says plan your best trips, and that will take you directly to all the information on this course that's coming up.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much, Brianna, and it was awesome to have you sharing all your amazing Searchie success, and we wish you all